For the last 3 months, I've been trying to get to the bottom of what Alex Garland's Annihilation is really about. People who hate it say they don't understand it, and people who love it can't really explain why they do. So I'm going to give it a go. But be warned, if you haven't seen Annihilation, there are major spoilers ahead. Now, the way I process a film is by trying to understand what other works or images might have inspired its creator. The goal, of course, is to get closer to understanding what Annihilation is really showing us or telling us. First, let's look at The Thing. Now, the creatures in The Thing are unique because they have the ability to take the form of their victims. The creatures become a physical mashup of monster and man, a sort of Jekyll and Hyde twisted into one entity. In Annihilation, the creatures take that mashup cue from The Thing, but instead of taking the physical form of a person, these creatures seem to take the soul of a person. Consider the scene in Annihilation where our protagonists think they hear the voice of their deceased friend Cass. Much to their horror, they realize that the creature has captured and suppressed the final emotions of Cass into its body. And those final emotions are the blood-curdling screams before Cass's death. This is the first real clue to understanding Annihilation. The creature represents a person's repressed and hidden range of emotions, that internalization of something darker buried within. Let's move on to Enter the Void. In Enter the Void, we see a lot of hallucinations and trippy visuals of the infinite beyond. Conceptually, Annihilation shares the same kind of style when staring into this void. And when I consider the repressed emotions displayed in the creature and the idea of giving into the depths of one's unconscious, I think that Annihilation is the cinematic depiction of Carl Jung's concept of the shadow. Carl Jung was fascinated with the idea that everyone has a dark side, an unconscious place where we suppress our fears and anxieties and also our self-destructiveness. That pretty much explains why the characters in Annihilation are on this suicide mission. They each want to self-destruct and embrace that suppressed feeling, that unknown darkness inside of them. What cemented this interpretation for me was the alien at the end of Annihilation. A literal shadow of oneself. We've seen this alien dark figure before in another science fiction drama, Under the Skin. However, in Under the Skin, it was the dark self that was trying to become part of the world, hiding in the form of a desirable person. Annihilation takes a more Jungian approach. It shows how we must come face to face with our dark self, with our demons. It's like Carl Jung said, everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. And what's provocative about the end of Annihilation is that it champions the shadow. When you let the shadow take over and embrace your dark demons, that's the only way a real redemption can be made.